done MS surgery with diploma in gynecologist and started her career in the field of laparoscopic surgery in 1990. First IVF baby, first IVF twin, and first IVF triplet in Beirut region were achieved by her team. She and her team are doing about 200 to 300 IVF cycles per year for a very good success. Her main interest work is the role of endometrial receptivity in implantation failure or success.
Good morning. It's a nightmare to the patient and to the treating doctors is recurrent implantation failure. I'd like to talk on can endometrial scratching boost IVF success rate? So, endometrial scratch is a procedure that is used to implant embryos more successfully in patients after IVF or ICSI. It is done in patients who had failed cycles in spite transfer of good quality embryos and in absence of any other cause of failed implantation. Uterine implantation is a process of embryonic attachment to the endometrium and subsequent invasion into the stroma of the uterine wall. It's a complex, multi-stage process and a dialogue between embryonic tissue and the endometrium. There are situations when good quality embryos are transferred into the uterus, but pregnancy doesn't occur. Because implantation failure is frequent, several methods have been suggested to improve the implantation rate, but their results have been inconsistent. Women who have failed prior IVF cycles, endometrial scratching certainly improves the implantation rate of subsequent cycles. So, endometrial scratching disrupts the lining of uterus and release the growth factors that help to improve the embryo implantation. The monocytes recruited to the injured sites are long-lived and reside in tissues for a long time. Mechanical trauma to the endometrium alters the gene expression and makes it more receptive for implantation. So in 2003, a study by Barash introduced the concept showing that controlled endometrial injury could improve conception rates in women undergoing IVF. The study showed that taking a sample of uterine lining using a biopsy catheter during the menstrual cycle preceding an IVF cycle, it increased pregnancy rates over the control group. So these results suggest that IVF treatment that is preceded by endometrial biopsy doubles the chance for a take-home baby. In 2007, another study demonstrated the endometrial injury resulted in increased expression of genes. It thought to play a role in preparing the uterus for implantation. And in 2008, it was postulated that local injury to the proliferative endometrium in the stimulated cycles delayed endometrial development, including the synchronicity between endometrium and embryo stage. So, injury optimizes endometrial development. A study on endometrial injury and improved pregnancy rates was published in Fertility Sterility by Barash, Brazil and Zhao. Neelam Poddar et al. In 2012 suggest that it is the higher clinical pregnancy rate as compared with the control group. The pooled relative risk for clinical pregnancy rate show that local injury is 71% more likely to result in clinical pregnancy as opposed to no intervention. Kalma et al. In 2009, their study investigated the endometrial gene modulation following the endometrial injury. By profiling global gene expression using microarray analysis, they found 2 to 10-fold increase in the expression of 183 genes. Following genes were upregulated in the endometrial samples of the biopsy-treated patients. They are mucin 1 transmembrane, crystalline alpha P, apolipoprotein D, phospholipase A2 and uroplanktin 1B. It seems that these genes are involved in the preparation of the endometrium from implantation, supporting the hypothesis that local injury increases endometrial receptivity by modulating the expression of a variety of genes. Phospholipase A2 is among the highest upregulated genes in women who underwent endometrial biopsy. Mucin 1 transmembrane expression increases from secretory phase of the cycle throughout early pregnancy, was also among the highest upregulated genes, which may have an important role in the addition of blastocysts to the endometrium. Glycodelin A gene upregulation possibly has a role in implantation window. So Zhao et al. Postulated that local endometrial injury in stimulated cycle delays the endometrial development because of wound repair process, correcting the asynchrony between endometrial and the embryo stage. Endometrium in IVF cycles is ahead of that of natural cycle by 2 to 4 days. So wound repair process corrects asynchrony between endometrial and embryo stage. So endometrial scratching is performing an endometrial biopsy around day 21 of menstrual cycle. The procedure is performed with a very small pipple that is inserted through the cervix and into the uterus in order to cause a small injury to the lining of the uterus. Endometrial scratching can also be done at the time of hysteroscopy. It is similar to an embryo transfer or cervical smear test. It takes 15 to 20 minutes time. A speculum is gently inserted into the vagina so the cervix can be seen. A fine, thin, sterile, plastic flexible catheter, a very small pipple, is passed through the opening of the cervix into the cavity of the uterus. A thin wire in the center of pipple is pulled out, which creates suction. Pipple is then rotated within the uterus for a few minutes to draw some cells from the line and create local injury to the endometrium. Procedure can cause mild abdominal cramping, similar to the period pain. Catheter is taken out at the end of the procedure. Some mild bleeding is common after the procedure. But it is vital that the patient does not have unprotected intercourse during the cycle when the endometrial scratching procedure is planned, just to avoid the risk of a possible pregnancy. And also make sure to screen all women for chlamydial infection prior to endometrial scratch. The best time to perform the endometrial scratch is at the day 21 treatment planning before IVF, ICSI or frozen embryo transfer.